Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but welcome to a little Thanksgiving-ish timing workout with Catalyst Rowing Fitness. Thank you for joining us. Why do I not quite look like I'm ready to work out? I am ready to work out. Are you ready to work out? If you're not, hit pause here, warm up, row for at least 4 minutes. Get those shoulders moving, get the hips moving, hit pause now if you're going to do that. And yeah, we'll see you in about 4 minutes if you haven't warmed up. If you're not at least like breathing a little bit and feeling warm, hit pause now, get there, and then we'll see you when you come back. Okay. All right. Now that we're back, why am I all layered up today? Well, I'll tell you, we taught class in here. We had the studio nice and cool for people really pushing it in class. So I'm freezing. Number two is this is our Thanksgiving themed workout. And at the time we're recording this, it is T-minus about 5 days from Thanksgiving here in Madison. And I don't know if you can see, but the snow is flying outside. It doesn't even do it justice to look through the screen here. But I got to get this workout recorded here and maybe hit the road before it starts to get worse. But that's a good reminder to drive safely around this holiday season. It is also the day that I record this, the season opener for deer hunting season here in Wisconsin. Not something I'm super into, but today's workout, instead of a on the nose Thanksgiving theme, it's going to be called Deer Camp. So Deer Camp is where you go up north, you hang out with your friends, you sit in a deer stand for a long time. We're going to make this a fit and moving and thusly warm deer camp. So we're going to run us through a deer camp circuit today that involves a bunch of different things. Sitting, yes, but not just sitting still, because we're going to keep it active and healthy. No deer will actually be involved in this workout. So hopefully that's the same for you too. Yeah, so you're warmed up. I'm going to review some of the exercises that go through this because it is not just rowing. This is going to take us on the rower and off the rower. So a couple things to keep in mind. For the off the rower exercises, first, make sure you're warmed up. We talked about that before. So hopefully everyone's kind of warmed up. And there are some scalings or amendments to movement that are coming up off the rower. You can always make that scaling or amended movement if something is going to cause a strain to you. And if something is brand new to you, you've never done it before, back off of it a little bit, make sure that it's something your body is used to. If you are at an activity level where you don't tend to get down on the floor and back up again in the course of your week, then don't do that today. Don't start something brand new today when you're watching a video by yourself in your house. I can't come through the screen to give you assistance if you need it. So know yourself as a rower and an athlete and work thusly, right? We're going to be challenging ourselves. We're going to be doing so smartly and safely. So let's run through some of the activities that'll take place. Number one, we're going to do some rowing on the rower. Hopefully that's not new to any of you that are watching and working along with us, right? Hopefully that's not new. Let me just get myself adjusted here so you can see me. So yeah, part of our work today will be doing some timed pieces. Everything we do today is going to be by time. So we're going to spend some time doing this little activity, then move on to the next activity. So we're going to revisit the rower several times throughout this deer camp circuit. And when you're on a rowing piece, again, it's going to be for a duration of time. And you can row any stroke rate, any intensity that feels challenging for you. Our longest interval of rowing will be 3 minutes continuous at a time, and our shortest will be 1 minute. So it's what you can do to feel challenged and pushed for 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, etc. So that's going to be thing number one. Thing number two that we're going to do is a little bit of squat pulses. Okay. I have a stool here, which you can use it or a chair if you need it, especially if you're not used to squats. What we're going to do here is take our feet a little wider than hip width and turn the toes out just a little bit so that the toes are almost like 45-degree angle from what would be pointing straight ahead of you. Now, The key here is that we're not bending over we're not putting chest to floor. We are sinking our butts down, okay? If this is all the further that you can sink the butt down, that's fine. Ideally, we want to go to close to thighs parallel to the floor, but that may or may not be feasible or available to you as a movement, right? So we're going to get down and pulse here. So again, if you need the chair behind you, you can work with it as a little bit of a safety net, or just get yourself just gently touching that chair and back up again. Or if you're working without the chair, you're just going to be down here and pulsing. You're going to be moving a few centimeters up and down. We're not going into a full up and down squat. We're just down here pulsing. Now, we're going to hold that for a solid minute. When it comes time for the workout, if during that minute, 10 seconds felt really hot and heavy for me, take a little breather. And then when you can, jump back into it again. As many good reps as you can get during that 10 seconds. And again, you may be down here pulsing. You may be just up here pulsing. Nice, soft in the knees, working from the thighs and butt to push ourselves up in that little bounce or pulse. Ta-da. All right, then we've got some sculling ab work. The way we're going to do this today, if you are familiar with sculling sit-ups and you want to do those, that's totally fine. Again, that is, let me get down here. That's seated on the floor where you've got the knees in with the arms out. And then you just switch places, legs out with the arms in, and so on. If you need more stability, you drop an anchor point. If you need more stability, you drop another anchor point. The alternative for us, or the scaled movement today, is going to be some ghost rowing on our rower. So that's going to be seated on your rower, foot in the foot straps, no handle, no grip. And we're going to do some ghost rowing where we sit nice and tall at the catch, shoulders relaxed but out wide. We drive with our legs and swing through to a finish. And then we come back up again and repeat. So you can do your scullers on the floor with 0, 1, or 2 points of contact, or you can be here with me doing some ghost rowing. Either way, we're going to sit up tall. We're going to recruit and activate some muscles in the abs and core to get us stabilized and strengthened as we move through that swing. After that, we're back on the rower again with the handle, doing a rowing interval. Then we've got a little work. You're going to need something. Maybe it's a can of cranberries for Thanksgiving dinner coming up. Maybe it's a small weight. Maybe it's just a sweatshirt wadded up. It doesn't have to be super heavy, and make sure it's not too heavy for you. What we're going to do is a little bit of around the world. So we're going to get, again, feet strapped into the rower, and then we're going to have a little bit of bend and softness in the knees. And we're just going to take our can of food, our weight, or whatever it might be, a rock, I don't know. And if this strains the shoulders, arms, or backs, then all you need is an imaginary can, right? But we're going to go around the world. We're just going to take it. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take that weight right around our middles, halfway through. We're going to switch directions. So hopefully as you're watching this, you're not just getting an idea visually of what's going on, but maybe practicing it too, so that you know what amendments to make to your movement when it comes down to it. All right. Then we've got a wall sit. We've got a big wall back here. You're going to put yourself against it and get into a seated motion. Actually, non-motion, but here I am. I'm up against the wall. I'm going to ease myself back here, aiming to get thighs parallel to the floor, making sure that my low, mid, and upper back are pressed against that wall as I sit in. I'm really rooting down into my feet, not clawing a grip with the toes, being relaxed, but pressed into the floor, pressing my back into the wall. We're going to hold this static for about a minute. Now, if this is too deep and aggressive for you, if it really strains the quads, you just come a little less deep, pushing. You'll still feel this in the legs, a little bit in the glutes. We're going to really activate as we push, activating muscles, pushing back through the thighs, pushing down into the floor with our feet, even though we are not moving. Then we get on the rower again. All right. And then we do a little shoulder tap. All right. This one has some scaling to it. Ideally, what you're going to do is, if you have really good balance and if you're used to getting up and down, you're going to find yourself on your seat rail here in a little bit of a plank. You're going to have shoulders right over the wrists. If you need more stability, just put the feet wider, put the hands a little closer together. We're going to shoulder tap, just lifting one hand up, gently grazing the opposite shoulder. Okay. The hips are stationary, pointed to the ground. We don't roll with this. So again, if balance is hard, see how my hips start to go? I'm just going to get the feet wider apart. Okay. You can also try this from the ground in a high push-up position. Get that shoulder tap going. If you are not used to balancing in that high push-up position, either on your seat rail or the ground, don't make today your first day to do that. Don't do it. You can find a wall. Here we go. Right up against the wall, get those feet back a little bit and just work on the shoulder tap this way. All right. The key again, in this case, making sure the hips are square to the wall instead of square to the floor. Then we want to make sure our weights, clothes, and other things are out of the way. And we're just going to take some steps over our rower. Sorry, my laptop is about to die. I forgot to plug it in. So we're just going to take some steps up and over our rower. High leg swing, up and over. If you're feeling really spicy and accurate, you can jump right over that seat rail. Again, don't make today the first day that you try that. This is not the time or place. This is deer camp. It's pre-Thanksgiving. We're up in the Northwoods. We don't have time to be going to the ER, so don't jump if you're not used to jumping. And then we have one more round of rowing. All right. So hopefully your blood got going a little bit here, even just through these practice runs. And we're going to get ourselves started into this circuit. Let me just get myself collected here. So where we're going to start is with 3 minutes of rowing. 3 minutes of rowing, then we go into our squat pulses. So what I want you to do with this one is just row, because we're going to return to the rower and hop on and off it several times. So you can be in just row mode and just kind of watching your splits and your stroke rate throughout, but no particular target that you necessarily have to fit. Stay aggressive, stay pushy, but make sure you can do it for the full 3 minutes, because that's what's coming up here. That's going to be our first. So are you ready to go to deer camp? We're going to get this circuit started here again with 3 minutes of rowing. Let's sit ready at that catch. Relax the shoulders, engage the core, get the butt behind the shoulders. We'll start from the catch here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We are on it for 3 minutes of rowing. Again, stroke rate is up to you. Splits and intensity is up to you, knowing that I need you to be able to stick with it for 3 full minutes. Good job. All right, just for reference, if you're rowing along with me, I'm at about a 23, 24 stroke rate here. You can absolutely catch and finish along with me. If you want to go a little bit faster with your stroke rate, totally fine. And if you want to lengthen things out, that's fine too. All right. See, already, I love working out with you because the snow flurries have calmed down. The cold studio has heated up a little bit. I'm feeling good. Hopefully you are too. Staying long, good sequence here. That's 1 minute down. We've got 2 more minutes to go here. 2 minutes. This might be a workout that you do before Thanksgiving dinner. Could also be a fun one to do after your Thanksgiving festivities if you're feeling a little sluggish, because nothing in here is so demanding that it's going to bowl you over. But it's a nice way to just keep moving all the different muscle groups, getting on and off the erg, varying things up quite a bit. It's a nice one to do once, maybe twice over your holidays, depending on what else you got on the schedule. All right. Coming up through that second minute. We've got 1 more minute to go here. What comes up after this is going to be those squat pulses. So we're going to be standing up from the rower. Make sure that you feel your wits about you as you do that. If you're susceptible to getting lightheaded, or if you're doing this right after turkey dinner, make sure everything feels good, stable, and balanced off your rower before we start into those squat pulses. Take breathers and water anytime you need to during this workout. We're going to keep moving right through it, and you join in and out as you need to. 10 more seconds of rowing here. Then we go into the squat pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll transition here. Again, getting up off the rower, making sure that you feel your wits about you. Getting those feet a little wider than hip width, toes turned out. We're going to get down and we're going to pulse for a minute. Ready? Let's go. Here we go. In that pulse. If you want to keep hands at the sternum, that helps sink the butt down, keeps us from tipping over. We want to sink that booty down. If you need to have that safety net of a chair behind you, that's fine. If you need to go a little less deep, that's fine too. Working the glutes and the thighs to sink down into this and push back out. Halfway through, we're going to continue to pulse. After this comes the ghost rowing or the scullers. You get to choose. Scullers, you'll be on the floor, moving those hands and legs alternately. Ghost rowing, you'll be on the rower. We've got 10 seconds left. Whew, I'm getting warmed up now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, we're into scullers or ghost rowing. I'll start with ghost rowing to show you. We're going to take it for a minute. Ready? Here we go. Ghost rowing, we're going to sit up tall. Feet are in the stretchers, no handle. We're working on that tall core, working on that arm spread and stability up here at the front end, right? If you're doing scullers, you're down on the ground with those knees in, arms wide and alternating, right? If you need to, whoops, drop an anchor point down for more stability. We're over halfway through. You can switch what anchor point you have along the way. Continuing with that ghost rowing if you're up on your rower. 10 seconds. Then we're on the rower again with the handle for another 2 minutes. In 3, 2, 1. Take a little breather as we get ourselves onto that rower. Woohoo! We are here for 2 minutes, continuous rowing. Grab that handle, sit at the catch. Are you ready? Let's go for 2 minutes. 2 minutes here. We want to keep that heart rate going. We want to challenge ourselves. If something off the rower made you particularly tired, maybe you want to take a long and strong kind of stroke rate here. Or maybe you want to rev up that rate a little bit to get the cardio going. Either way is fine. Just make sure you're pushing yourself here. We're here for another minute 30. Again, I'm at about a 23, 24 stroke rate on average. If you want to row right along with me, you certainly can. Relaxing those shoulders, pressing right off the catch into a strong leg drive. Nice job here. 1 minute's gone. We got 1 more minute left on this row. Then we stay put on our rower. We grab our weight, our can of food, or whatever. We're going to go around the world after this. Keep pushing. Stay with it. Sit up tall. Breathe. Less than 30 seconds. "15 seconds. Then we're going to pick up our little piece of resistance or go without. Core stability and strength coming up in 3, 2, and 1. There's our 2 minutes of rowing. Keep the feet in the foot stretchers, unless you need to release them to grab your can of food, your little weight, whatever. Right here, we're going to go for 1 minute around the world. Sit up tall. If you want to give this from the finished layback position, you'll get a little more work in the abs. You can also sit straight up. Relaxation in the shoulders. And if you need to, take the pacing down. Accurate handoff of your item around. We're going to switch directions halfway through. We're here for a minute total, and we're almost at halfway. So let's switch directions. Here we go. Other way around. You can get the speed going here without shrugging the shoulders, keeping the core nice and strong, or just be accurate and intentional with your movements. Another 15 seconds left. Then we head to the wall. Eek, or wall sit. Remember, with wall sit, just go less deep if you need to. We're still here around the world for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Make sure your weight or your can is out of your way. Make sure your head feels stable. We're going to find a chunk of wall here. Finding that chunk of wall, getting up on it, lowering legs down, pushing through the heels, getting those thighs close to parallel. We're going to be here for 1 minute. Here we go. Push low, mid, and upper back into the wall so that we're not caved over. Really pressing and making contact. It's going to be a nice release of pressure into the low back as well, because you're really focusing into these quads, a little bit into the glutes to keep you up and suspended from sinking down onto the floor here. All righty. Woohoo. We are halfway through. Again, if you need to come up out of this or need to come a little less deep, make your adjustments. We want to make sure everyone can get into the exercise and back out again. Less than 20 seconds left here. Then we're on the rower once again. All right, we've got 10 seconds left on the wall sit. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get on up. Nice work on the wall sit. Back to the rower. We're here for 2 minutes and 30 seconds rowing. Any pace, any stroke rate that works for you. Get those feet strapped in. Get a quick sip of water if you need it. Take a little breather if you need it. Otherwise, we're going to be ready at the catch. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. I'm at about a 24 stroke rate here. You can be a little bit higher if you want to charge up that cardio a bit. You can be long and strong if that's your preference. Either way, we've got patient knees, getting that body up and out of bow, knuckles over the knees before they come up to the catch. Strong pushes here. Listen for that flywheel and make some noise. Press, send it. Nice work. I'm getting tired with this one. Hopefully you're having some fun too. There's 1 minute down, 90 seconds left on this rowing interval. Just under a minute 30 here. Keep that core up nice and tall. Use the lats to take that handle with you. Leg drive here. Lats take the handle along. All right. Working into our final minute on this rowing interval. 1 minute to go. Find some cadence, find some flow and swing. And breathe. Nice. Good work. Shoulder taps are coming after this. Remember, don't get down on the floor if that's not your usual jam. 30 seconds left here. Just take it to the wall. All right. Less than 20 seconds to push through this rowing interval. Watch those meters add up. Keep swinging. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Shoulder tap is next. We're going to start a 1 minute clock. You can be in high push-up. You can be against the wall. I'm going to start on the wall. Stable. Get those feet apart. Long lever through the body for 1 minute. We're going to shoulder tap. Ready? And let's begin. Opposite hand to shoulder. You need to come a little closer to the wall. If you need more challenge on the wall, pick up a foot. Whee! See if you can keep those hips pointed to the wall. If you're down on the ground, then you're lifting, keeping the feet wide as needed to stay stable as you work on those taps. That's it. Looking good here. Oh, baby. Halfway through, keep tapping, wall or floor. If you need to switch halfway through because you're getting tired, that's fine too. Just keep hips squared. Keep the core engaged, right? Here we go. We've got 10 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're right over to our seat rail with some big leg swings, stepping over, right? We're going to be here for a minute, right here. Step it over, step it over. Give a big leg swing. Pick up the pace a little bit, right? Right back to college marching band. If you're feeling spicy, you can give it a little jump. Don't jump if you haven't tried this before. If you don't know if you can clear this rail, don't make a video workout the first time you do it. Not a good idea. We're halfway through. Keep stepping. Keep stepping. This is a side-to-side step. If you want to take it to a little speed skating, you can too. If you want to get a little bend, a little arm swing, you can do that too. We've got 15 seconds to go here. Then we row for a minute. Then we're done with the round. All right. 3, 2, 1. Take a little breather. We've got a minute rowing. Why not push it a little bit? Are we going to do this through twice? Yeah, we are, but push it anyway. Are you ready? Last minute of rowing for this round. 3, 2, 1. Push it. Here we go. Coming through this finish line. Long and strong. Good sequence. You can row with a really strong sequence when you're getting a little tired. That's going to pay dividends each and every time you erg or row on the water. Halfway through, we've got 30 seconds to go on this row. Then we get to catch a little breather. Stay on it. All right. Stay with it. 10 seconds. Finish strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is round 1 of deer camp. You did it. We did it. Nice work. Oh boy, take a little breather here. I don't have my water handy, so I'm going to go off screen to grab it. You should grab some water too. Water's a good thing here. Get yourself hydrated. Take some breaths. Nice job. Really nice job. I'll turn off my mic while I chug my water. Nice work, you. Hydration is a good thing. All right. That is 1 round of deer camp. Are we going to throw in a second round? Of course we are. The sun has come out here. The snow has stopped. You guys help warm everything up. So of course we're going to take a second round. Now, depending on where you're at in your whole holiday festivity or whenever you're watching this, maybe you're watching this in June of 2023. Who knows? You don't have to do the second round. If you've gotten enough of a workout, you're pressed for time, if you're feeling tired, that's all right. But if you're feeling like, oh yeah, I'm warmed up, I can do this, then we're going to do a second round. Or if you want a little extra challenge, we're going to do a second round. Sorry about that. Second round, guess what? It's the same as the first. We're going to run through these 10 exercises just like we did before. You're going to scale and make adjustments to things as needed. And we're going to have some fun. Remember, scullers, when the arms are wide, the knees are in. When the arms are in, the leg is extended. Okay, or you can just ghost row on your rower for those. Shoulder taps. If you have shoulder problems, don't put yourself in a high push-up position from the floor. Use the wall. Use the way you know yourself as an athlete well. All right. We're going to run through all those exercises again. That was really fun. Hopefully it's fun for you too. If you need to adjust the weight that you were using, maybe you just have your water bottle for your around the world. That's totally fine as well. We're going to throw in a little variation the second round where if you want to take the around the world up and over the head and exchange behind the back, you certainly can do that. All right. We'll get there when we get there. All right. So once again, we got about, 14-ish minutes of work to do here. It's going to be a nice little workout. Give yourself about another 20 seconds or so of breather, and then we're going to start with step 1 on the deer camp circuit, which is 3 minutes of continuous rowing. 3 minutes of rowing. All right. Who's ready? Am I ready? I think so. All right. Let's do this. We're going to go 3 minutes of rowing, and then we do our squat pulses. Let's get into position, strong catch position. Take a look at yourself if you can, or at least feel things out. Is my butt behind the shoulders? Even just a little bit. We don't want that butt tucked up underneath. This is not a strong leverage position for a rowing stroke. But behind the shoulders, core up nice and tall. Shoulders to the ears is not a great start either. Relax. Use those lats to take that handle along with you as the legs push. Let's give it a go here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We are spending 3 minutes on the row here. Stepping into round 2 of this deer camp workout. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. As I have been throughout, I'm at about a 23, 24 stroke rate right here. You can follow along, catch and finish with me, especially if you're a newer rower, or you just really want to zone out and kind of follow things along. Catch, finish, catch, finish, catch, finish. Nice. Longest rowing interval of the whole workout is what we're into right here. Keeping those hands high, armpits open just enough to be ready at that catch for strong leverage into the drive. Squeezing the legs, pressing those knees down. No hesitation at that catch. Once you're there, we push right into it. All righty. Halfway through. Having some fun with this. Looking good, rowing strong. Watch those feet at the finish. Are you peeling the top of the foot back against the strap? If so, then start to push all the way into the finish. Push that foot into the stretcher. So that even if those straps weren't there, you would still stay firmly attached to your rower. Less than a minute to go here. Looking good. Our squat pulses is what comes up next. All right, 30 seconds to go. Stay on this. Push it up. Turn up the heat a little bit. You don't even have to bring the stroke rate up. Just squeeze a little bit harder. Can you drop that split? Just one little pip. 10 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we get into position for those squat pulses. Remember, feet are a little wider than hip width, toes turned out. If you need to be in prayer position to guide that booty down instead of over, let's do it. And for 1 minute, we're pulsing. Ready? Let's go. Pulse it. Keep pulsing. If you need to go a little less deep, that's fine. If you're down here, make sure you're not leaned over. Getting a good pulse going. Breathing. Woohoo. Halfway through, keep pulsing. Take a little break if you need to. Wiggle the legs out. Get right back into it. After this, we have scullers or ghost rowing on your machine. In just over 10 seconds, we transition to that. Ready? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ghost rowing or scullers. Remember, if you're in scullers, you got the knees in with the arms out. Go ahead and start. We're on the clock. And if you're on your rower, your feet are in the straps. We're supporting from the core and rocking through our stroke. Nice job. Sit up tall, especially if you're on the ghost row and the scullers too. Make sure we're not collapsing forward. How do we want our hands, shoulders, lats to be when we lock that blade in at the catch? We want to be upright. We want to have maximum leverage, right? We're well over halfway through this. After this, we're back on the rower with the handle for 2 minutes. Getting close here. Keep sitting up tall. Keep working on those scullers. Experiment with your anchor points for stability or instability as you need it. 3, 2, 1. Done with the scullers, done with the ghost rowing. Get yourself back on the rower. We're going to be here for 2 minutes of continuous rowing. Everybody getting there? Let's start this off from the catch in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pressing into that drive. I'm going to go for a little long and strong on this one. I'm going to be around a 22 stroke rate. Focus on tons of ratio. Big, strong leverage push, easy recovery. 2 minutes is our total work time here. After that, we have our around the world with our water bottle, soup can, dumbbell, or just imaginary weight. Nice job. Again, I'm at about a 22 here this round. Staying a little longer, trying to focus on ratio. Big finish, easy control. Halfway through this rowing interval, less than a minute to go. Then we take our around the worlds. Find your swing. If you're getting tired here, you can really be in observation mode about how do you row when you're tired. Good rowers gonna still row well. Even when they're tired, you're gonna find those leverage points where you can contribute to boat speed, even as you get a little tired. We don't shorten up, we don't tense up. We stay long, fluid, flowing breathing with a core and leverage. Just about 5 seconds to go here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're gonna grab our dumbbell, weight, water bottle, soup can, whatever it is. We're gonna go around the world, get it started right here. Feet in the foot stretchers, knees are soft, not locked out. And again, if you wanna take this a little more challenge this round, you can go up over the head and pass it behind the back. Something that's not too heavy here might feel a lot heavier with this motion. No strain in the low back. You got to core up to keep this weight under control, right? Halfway through, if you want to switch directions, or if you want to try overhead instead of around the world. Wall sit comes after this, so make sure those legs are not hyper locked out because you're going to need them in the next minute for the wall sit. All right, we're getting close here. Less than 10 seconds. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little breather, get that weight, soup can, or water bottle out of the way and head to the wall. We're going to be sitting on this wall for 1 minute. Find your position. Again, if you don't have a wall to sit on, you can get down in that squat just like we did with the pulses and just not pulse. Get as deep as you can go. Make sure low, mid, and upper back are pressed in. We're a minute right here. All right. Feel those points of contact. If you want a field goal, the arms, that can sometimes help us think, oh, if I flex my tummy, I can push that low back in. Maybe as if you want to reach forward, you can also just sense what's in contact with what pressure into that wall. Make sure that the toes aren't clawing in as we do this here. Sometimes that's the temptation to keep us stabilized. See if you can bring those knees in so that we're not splayed way out. We've got 20 seconds left in this one. Push that low back into the wall. Breathe. Ooh. All right, 10 seconds. Stay with me. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a little breather as you head back to your rower. This round, I'm getting warm now. This round is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds on that rower. It's not all that long. See if you can get up around 500 meters-ish, maybe a little bit more. Let's get ready at that catch. 2:30. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good body positioning. Getting those strokes in. I'm going to take my rating back up to where I was before, that 23-24 range. Working through press, control, find ratio. Again, you might be tired. We are 1.5 times through the deer camp circuit. Maybe you're getting tired. This is a great opportunity to practice some rowing. Because boy, if you've never found yourself having to row while you're tired in a race, then you haven't been racing, my friend. So you got to figure out, what's your body going to do with this kind of crazy territory of being tired? How do you stay with it? How do you row what you know to keep contributing to that boat speed and that boat synchronicity? Over a minute down, just under a minute 30 to go here. Stay connected and keep moving. Push and flow. All right. There's 90 seconds in our last minute here of this interval. Shoulder taps are coming next. Working smartly into those. Scaling it as you need to. That's it. Keep flowing here. Patient knees. Strong lats. 30 seconds to go. Right on. Connect, press and send right off that front end. Here we go. Press and send. Again. Nice. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a little breather. Make sure your head is on straight. Get yourself into position for shoulder taps. If you really feel balanced, you can be on your seat rail. If you're used to being in a high push-up, get there. If you're not used to being in a high push-up, get out of there. Get up on the wall. We're gonna go for 1 minute right here. 1 minute, shoulder taps. Create a long plank with the body wherever you are. Alternate. Again, if you're not used to that high push-up and you're on the wall, lift up a leg. Might have to recenter yourself a little bit, but don't let those hips twist. Hips pointed straight at the wall in front of you. Hips pointed straight to the floor. If you're in that plank, get a wider stance with the legs if you need more stability so that we're not rocking from the hips. The core is solid as we touch shoulders. All right, just about 20 seconds to go. Stay with this one. Breathe. Keep the wrists under the shoulders wherever you are. Here comes that snow again. Wow, we've gone through several climates at deer camp here. We've got just about 5 seconds left. Are you ready? Keep tapping for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on out of it. Now we're going to be stepping over our seat rail for a minute. Get right into it. We can have high leg swing. If you want to take it to a little speed skater, go for it. Swing the arms. Get up over that rail. If you are just like, I'm not really sure about clearing my rail, then just watch and clear your rail. Take it slow. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that is wrong is if you try something you're not used to and you go tripping right over your rail. Take it easy. And then when it comes easy, you can challenge yourself a little bit more. All right. Speaking of challenge, it's going to be my drive home after this. Good heavens. It's like all I can see is white fluffy flakes out there. We've got about 10 seconds to go. Keep swinging those legs high or just accurately, safely planting yourself and take a break. quick breather. We've got 1 minute row left in this second round of deer camp. Just 1 minute to row. Have a little talk with yourself. Say, this is our final minute of the workout. I'm going to crush it. We're going to crush it together. Everybody's going to crush it. People who tune in later are going to crush it. Let's get ready at the catch. 1 minute. Ready? Oops. What did I do? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1 minute of rowing. Give yourself a little push here. The holiday weekend, it's deer camp. It might be the one workout we've managed to squeeze in an otherwise really busy time. Make it count for you. Make it something you are proud of. I'm so proud that you joined me to work through this, especially if you did both rounds. Holy moly. 30 seconds left. Professional rowing. Hey, how about we drop those splits? Push harder. Here we go. It's just 20 seconds. We've gone to 0 visibility out my window. Why not just keep rowing? All right. 10 seconds. Drop those splits. Stay with me. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's our second round of deer camp. Woohoo! You did it. We did it. It's officially winter now. I think we just ushered it in. If any of y'all are in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, I wish you could join me for this. And if any of y'all are in upstate New York, I'm sorry. This probably seems like child's play to you. Give yourself some time to cool down. I'm going to take a full minute here of just easy rowing. Bring my breathing down, heart rate down, stretching the body long. I might even throw some arms and back strokes in there to get some stretch in the hammies. Just about another 20 seconds or so here. Then after this, I encourage you to do some stretching. Get some stretch in the shoulders, front and back. Give your quads a little stretch. Try not to just turn on a movie and sit still for the next 3 hours after this, because your body might not be super happy with you. First big recommended stretch you can do right from your seated position here. You know, as rowers, as people who work in offices sometimes, as people who ride bikes, sometimes we spend a lot of our time just kind of hunched over like this. Let's open that up. Take the chest up tall and broad. Take the arms out to the side and down a little bit. Take the chin up towards the heavens. Whee! See how many miles of visibility you have. I'm telling you, here in Verona right now, it's about 100 feet. And be grateful for whatever it is. Stretching through that chest, stretching through the fronts of the shoulders, giving yourself that time. We're going to extend that into the lower body too. So when you feel your head around you, you're going to release your feet from that rower, stand up nice and tall, get your hands on your hips, and let things tilt forward a little bit. Let yourself grow a little bit of arch in that low back. And we're going to drive the hips forward as we take the same kind of position. Again, just kind of opening that body up, maybe reaching up overhead. If your head feels really clear, maybe looking up towards the ceiling, towards the sky with that too. We'll take a really big in-breath here and let that go. Relax the shoulders. You guys, we did 2 rounds of deer camp. Congratulations. It's the Thanksgiving season as we record this. It's deer camp season. You all are very dear to me, and I am really thankful for all of you and really proud of you for doing this workout today. Let somebody else in your life know that you're thankful for them. Don't wait to say it. Don't wait to show it. Good job today. And hey, we'll see you next time, as soon as we get plowed out from here. Be safe and enjoy. Bye.